Hello farmers, welcome back to Pallegney on Farming Simulator 25. Over at our new field that we bought at the end of last episode, the farmer planted barley here. We purchased it for a good amount of money, as land does cost quite a bit, leaving us down to just a little over 24,000 in the bank account. But September is still going to be a busy month for us. All of our harvesting is done. I mean, we still got the grass field to do, I think in October. But yeah, this new field does have barley into it, but we need to soil sample it. And I need to replant all my fields, and September is going to be a month to do that. Now, even though they did plant barley here, I was thinking I probably will re-drill this. The reason being is because if they didn't use a direct drill, which they probably did not, and even if they did, I'm not going to get credit for myself, that's going to hurt my overall environmental score on the field. But let's get started with doing the soil sampling first, and then maybe do some lime spreading, do some planting. The fields I want to do planting, at least in this episode, is the field behind me and the one on the other side over there. Those last year, when I activated precision farming, were already planted, and those direct drill tillage scores are kind of on the bad side. So by direct drilling them today, that should get us up our score a little bit higher. And I want my score to be high with the winter months coming because, well, you know, we got stuff to sell. Let me go ahead and lower this down. Grab a soil sample here, and we'll go around and send these soil samples in. I don't think I have anything leased currently. Just remind myself what's in the sale page. Yeah, nothing there that I want. Not that I could afford anything, though. Yeah, I got nothing leased whatsoever. Okay. Just trying to keep my mind in track. It's been a rough week, so usually I have a hard time keeping track what's on my Let's Play anyways, but this week in general, yeah, has been kind of a rough one. So let's go ahead and grab some samples here. So yeah, we'll probably spread some lime here and just start drilling. Like I said, depending on what... I don't think I'll get credit if they direct drill it. So, yeah, who knows? We'll see after the score comes in. Let's go ahead and put this here. So, I am thinking probably the update for precision farming, according to Lime, I guess the word is, and it makes perfect sense, the update will probably come when the Plains and Prairie pack comes out on the 3rd of June? I think it's the 3rd of June, which is going to be like sometime about this time next week, give or take, somewhere in there. Let's go ahead and drill this. I'm kind of looking forward to the pack. I'm going to get it because I have the Season 1 pass. I'll probably be using the tractors on the Dark Forest map. Because that one there, I am making some good money. And here, of course, we can only buy it from the used section, so the odds one comes up for sale, and then I can afford it. Alongside, I got other things on my list I need to buy first, like a nice direct drill and a... Well, again, the harvester would be nice, but that's not going to be the end-all, be-all if one does not come up for sale. We'll just keep leasing it and doing it that way if I have to. Well, if I don't buy one, I better lease one, or else what am I planting crops for? Alright, so let's go see what the score is. We do know pretty much that the soil in this field looks like it's going to be pretty good. I think when I bought the field, the overall yield in this field is going to be like 114 to 120%. Somewhere in there, which is good. I seem to be doing better with the fields here than I am on the fields on Dark Forest. Dark Forest, I'm getting like all 80% kind of type fields. And there, being a forestry map, it's hard to know what you're buying because you can only scan a field. You can't scan a forest and it'll tell you what's there. So on a forestry map, you pretty much got to cut trees, make a field, and then if the soil's not good, you know, it's just kind of hard just to pick up and move on like, well, let's just make a field over here. We got to cut down all the trees first. But at least on that series, I'm making some decent money at that point. I mean, I'm making good money here too, don't get me wrong. I think we're doing pretty good here. This year should be pretty good. We did buy the bakery. We are making bread with the flour. Alright, let me go ahead and raise that up. Send the samples in. Yes, please. Fold this up. Shouldn't take too long for those samples to come in. Get rid of the mini-map. Don't need that. $16.50 for the soil samples. All right, let's actually I can just jump out and see what this field's doing. It says nitrogen's okay and pH is bad, but we can see potential yields 125. So we want to put the lime down, of course. We will do that. But before I put lime down this field, I'm thinking I'm going to separate the jobs. I think I'm going to go ahead and I will... First off, I'm just dropping this off here because the AgroStar is going to probably drop... You know what? The AgroStar can put down the lime while we go and drill a field. How about that? AgroStar should be able to handle this, I think. And yeah, we're going to be releasing, if I can afford it, which I should be able to. I kind of forgot, you know, I'm low on cash. Is the Momentum Drill, which is a planter. Planter here. Yep, we'll do that. We'll put the fertilizer unit on it. Words are tough today. I'll just paint it yellow because why not? We're just only leasing it, so it doesn't matter. And lease, yeah, 5,500. That's fine. I mean, it's got to be done. All right, let's put this to the side. Yeah, so I'm glad I'm getting an episode out for you guys today. As most of you know, I'm having... It's been a thing this week. But I have been able to stream Dark Forest since Monday because I've been having too much fun with Roadcraft. And then, of course, I got early access to Car Dealer Simulator, which I streamed today as I'm recording this. And I got some other early access games I'd like to get to, but I just don't have the time. Plus, with my real life situation I'm dealing with, it's been kind of a rough week. That's why these episodes, I feel like have been short, but really I think the last episode I thought was going to be short and ended up being a decent amount. All right, you go ahead and get to work, I hope. Let them do their thing. I'll get out of here. We'll go get the drill. Yeah, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get this episode out today for you, but looks like it should be fine. I mean, I'm recording it as of right now, so it should be out tomorrow. So wheat, barley, canola are the crops I'm planting currently because that all goes into the grain mill to make, of course, flour and also some oil. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, boy, where's all the cars? You still got traffic turned off. That's right. And you know what? I kind of like it that way on this map. All right, so I think I'll plant wheat in the far field. I'm going to do a little bit of crop rotation on my own. Not that I need to, but I think I will. So let me switch this over to wheat. There's the wheat. Do I have pallets somewhere? I think I do. Since we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields to plant, along with the one that we're putting lime in. So technically I got 6 fields. Yeah, I didn't check to see if that... I don't think it's going to give me... I was going to go check the environmental score, then I just got carried away with things. What's my score in that field? Yeah, so it's not giving... Whoops. It's not giving me credit for being direct drilled if it was or wasn't, which I didn't think it would. I didn't know if it was different in 25 than it was in 22. Depending on how much I got here, I may not need to add any seed. But fertilizer, I will probably need for sure. Is that the last pallet back there? I think there was only 3 pallets here. Yeah, this is liquid herbicide. Get in there. There we go. Alright, so I just want to fill up with fertilizer. We don't tend to use that much seed. Alright, so where's the fertilizer at? Am I going to have to fill up with seed? Ah, the heck with it. It's not going to be that much. Helps if you stay in the trigger, though. Yep. wouldn't let me switch to fertilizer, which is kind of weird. Alright, so we got ourselves the wheat all selected. You can see lime going down that field. I wonder how the worker... Well, the worker did the other field with lime, and it over-limed it in some areas. This last year was barley? Yes, it was barley. Okay, put down the drill, whip it on. Yeah, it shouldn't take us too long to get this field done. And our score in this field should be going up. Actually, what's the score? 57 currently in this field. By the time I get done, it should be up there quite a bit. I say quite a bit. Maybe upper 60s by direct drilling it. There's our grass field to the left. We know what that's for. Making the lovely silage. At least next month, I will have silage bales to plop into the BGA to give us some cash. Won't be enough to get us a harvester if it were to come up for sale. But if this direct drill were to come up for sale, which is kind of what I'm eyeing to buy, we would definitely buy that. Yeah, the harvester we need for our header is got to be like a 400 horse harvester. And those go for about 400,000, which means even at 50% off, I would need 200,000. And yeah, we don't have that. I just realized after buying that fertilizer and seed, my money is down to, well, 3,000. And I don't really have any income flowing in. We don't have anything making money. So if we run out, our worker is going to disappear on me. But luckily, we just got that one field for them to work in. Yeah, I was going to buy, actually, the field, was the small field? Wait, what field was it? Yeah, it is tied into the farm here, which I knew the land on this map is not that expensive, but when I saw over $500,000, I'm like, wait, what am I buying? Oh, yeah, it would come with the farm. And even though it would be nice to have all the sheds, I mean, maybe I could have bought the farm and then sold all the sheds and everything, got my money back, but I really don't like doing that too much. I did it on Riverview on the live stream series, and I actually ended up earning more money than what I spent for on the property after I sold all the sheds. So, which, you know, in that series there wasn't too bad because I wouldn't say I was struggling for money, but it was early on in the series, and as you know, you play with hard economy early on with starting with nothing. It's basically just doing contracts. So that kind of helped us push us along without having to do as many contracts in that series. So yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely plant wheat in this field, and I'm gonna move on and just continue planting in that field. Get both of these done. I'm gonna plant canola in that one. So let me go ahead and turn on the radio, and I'll chat with you once we get near done with the canola field right behind us.
What you're putting in, all your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring? Tell you what you feel or
Well, in one sense, I thought I would run out of money for the worker to continue. I did not think I would run out of lime for the worker not to continue. But running out of lime, in some sense, is going to put me out of money, because now I got to buy lime to finish up that field. But luckily, lime is cheap, and I don't have much of the field to do, and I'll do it myself. So, no more workers for the month. And hopefully I don't go over... Well, if I go over budget, I can still use all the equipment. I don't think I can go into the negative. Wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, we can definitely go to the negative and then go overnight. And then, of course, tomorrow, like I said, with the BGA, should bring in like 60 to 70 grand, depending on how much electricity and methane is going for at that particular time when we sell those silage bales. I will need to sell the silage bales, though, before I cut my grass field, because I will need a worker to follow behind me, of course, like I always do, with me mowing the grass and a worker behind us with the baler. So I'm still not sure. Maybe because I keep using the same drill on this series, and I do own this drill on the other series. The variable seed rate. I do believe I saw that on the pH chart. And in FS22, I remember seeing the variable seed rate come up in the upper left-hand corner. But I'm not seeing it coming up in FS25. So let me turn off the drill, because I am renting that drill. Let me just go ahead and just make sure I did see the variable seed rate chart on here. Yeah, seed rate. So it is there. Let me know if you're using precision farming on FS25, of course. Do you see it in the upper left-hand corner when you're drilling? Because of course, I am not. This field over here, yep. Tillage is 100%. Weed control will be taken care of this year. And pH value, the nitrogen value should show up as well. This score is going on up, and yeah, this score will get better in this field. Yeah, this field here, nitrogen and pH, that won't show until we harvest. Weeds, I'm not sure if weeds are growing in that field or not. And tillage should be fine once I get back in that field and re-drill. Yeah, I was looking for an option on here, like, do I have automatic seed rate on? The only thing I got is application rate for the fertilizer. See, I'm not getting the indication about the variable seed. I mean, not that big of a deal if it's working or not working, I guess, because I'm not going through that much seed to begin with. But maybe it's hurting my overall yield in the field if it's not putting down the correct amount of seed, too. I'm not sure. So I think I'm going to put... Ooh, I think I had canola in this field already. Well, you know, if you're going to re-drill that field, I could put barley in this one, because this had canola in it last year, right? Yeah, this had canola. That had... What the heck did that have in it? This may have had sorghum? What did this field have? Barley. I think I had sorghum the year before. Alright, so we'll plant barley in this field, so I'll get it ready. But we're going to go over and take care of the other field with the lime. Is this field over-fertilized for barley? It might be. AgroStar. Might as well just take all the money I got left and fill it up with lime. Let's go bankrupt. Now, I don't have a loan, and of course the farm is worth something, so, you know, money-wise in the bank, I won't have any cash, but the farm is worth... I have no idea how much the farm is worth. And again, I wish that was kind of a... kind of something we could see financially how much the farm is worth. I was kind of hoping in FS25 a lot of the financial stuff would have been added to the game. The enhanced loan system, which I use on Dark Forest, to me that's a lot better than what the base game is. And to be able to know how much your farm is worth, I think would be kind of cool. Because how often do you end a series or you end yourself on a map and you'd be like, hey, well, we got like, I don't know, $20 million in the bank. We got all your tractors around. I mean, some of you probably do, and I can understand, you know, I understand that part of it, but I'm not one of those people that would be like, let me go sell everything and see what the farm is worth. It would be kind of cool just to see, like, the farm is worth this much without having to sell everything. All right, so kind of odd that I have $2,999 in the bank account. Well, I had $2,999 in the bank account. Well, I didn't go bankrupt. Imagine that. Still got $479 to our name. I mean, if I really needed cash, we do have some bread and probably some canola oil, but not a whole lot. But it could get me by in a pinch if I need to. I think I did say at the beginning of episode 1, which has now been a while for me, but I think I said no loans on this map. Yeah, because we started with no loans and we just went and did a couple contracts, which was, you know, enabled me to get myself a chainsaw and then some other stuff. And yeah, we have kind of gotten away from the contracts, as you know. I mean, if you've been following along with the series, you know. So you're just going to wing it here? Yep, just going to wing it. I don't need GPS, at least I don't think I do. Once I get myself kind of situated, we're all good. And spin around, do one more headland. I can get back to drilling. Hopefully I don't leave. Well, I'm leaving a little bit of a sliver over there, but that's fine. It's not going to hurt our score too much, if at all. So yeah, this field is already planted, as I said, but since I got myself a direct drill, I think I'll replant it and I will throw canola in this field. I mean, I bought it because I had barley, but then I didn't think about it until I started recording. I'm like, you know what, though? Your tillage score is going to not be good in this field, so you're going to have to re-drill it anyways. Are weeds growing in it? No. No weeds. So did they plow? They must have plowed the field. Well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And we can bring this back to the farm. We'll park it on up. So that's all the field spread with lime. Now, like as I said, precision farming, you can spread the fields every year with lime, and it won't take that much every year. Base game, it's only going to show you that it requires lime every 3 years. But if you did it every year to keep your yield up every year, I think it just takes a base amount as you go over it. So at least with precision farming, it's going to take only what it needs, or at least that's what it's intended to do. But as we kind of know, the pH lime spreading in precision farming is not working as intended. Where did I get this from? I don't know, but it's going to go over here now. I'm trying to think, what did I have parked here before? Might have been the Bredal spreader. And I should put our header away. That's what we got sheds for. I got more sheds than what we need currently. If you missed a handful of episodes recently, well, down here we don't have the grass field. And we got 2 new sheds in like the last 5 episodes or so. Got one to the right, and this one over here. This one over here is for the long articulated stuff that I don't want to back up. So it's just basically a drive-through and drop-off kind of a thing. All right, let's get back into our drill, and we'll start planting some barley. Oh, so it must have been right where I was in the field because it said too much fertilizer. So if you're unfamiliar with precision farming, again, upper left-hand corner, you can see like a little checkered flag. That is where the nitrogen needs to be for the soil type and the crop we're putting in. So that's the goal that the planter is trying to reach. And the little red bar on the left-hand side is the current nitrogen level. So as we plant, it'll put the correct amount of nitrogen in the field. So you only have to fertilize the field once. And then it should be good to go until next season. Until harvest time. I do got that big field across the river. I'm wondering if I'm going to have enough fertilizer to get all the fields done. Because after this one, it's the big one and the two small ones. The one we just bought. And a kind of a smaller one to the side of that. And I don't have a fertilizer spreader, I don't think, to wait until next month and then spread fertilizer on the field. Maybe we should just cross that bridge when we get there. Oh yeah, also let me know, besides the variable seed rate, for those who are doing precision farming, are you adding tram lines to your fields? Just because you like the realistic look of it? Again, I do run crop destruction, but since the crop can't get destroyed in the first growth stage, and if I take care of the weeds the first month, tram lines are not that necessary. But if you're going for the full realism, I guess they would be necessary. I don't want to do the tram lines because that would take away the yield in the field. And plus, I mean, I don't mind the other farmers' fields, the NPC farmers, having the tram lines. But I just don't want them in my field currently. Feels really good to get these fields drilled, though. Don't like seeing barren fields with weeds growing in them. Of course, in real life, depending on what farmers are growing in their fields, here it used to be a big thing. Where I live, it's most farmers plant corn either for making chaff for the cows or growing sweet corn for corn on the cob, mostly. It used to be they would grow corn for like 2 years and then leave the field fallow for a year so the field can get the nitrogen and all the nutrients back into it before they plant corn again. But lately, the past 5-10 years, farmers have been planting soybeans in the field. And I was thinking, I wonder previously if soybeans, maybe the weather where I live, the winter were too harsh for soybeans and we couldn't grow soybeans. But now lately farmers are putting soybeans in, or maybe it's just knowledge about soybeans putting nitrogen back into the soil. And it makes it, that much better. So again, after this we got 3 more fields to plant, but we'll probably do that next time. The field that we just bought, that's going to be canola. Maybe I'll put another crop of wheat in that field right there. And then maybe I'll put... Wait, that was barley over there, wasn't it? Alright, so maybe I'll put wheat in the field across the river. And I'll put barley in that small field up there. I think I got myself a plan. But as I said, I'm kind of worried about the fertilizer. I'm down to 40%. And I'm down to $462, which in fertilizer term, that's not even enough to buy a bag. A bag is what, $2,000 for 1,000? So I might be able to buy 200 liters of fertilizer by going to the seed hut. It's not going to get me too far. Yeah, and even if I had to go sell bread... Yeah, bread, I mean, even a pallet of bread, I'd have to sell like 2 pallets of bread to be able to afford a decent amount of fertilizer to get the fields done. But like I said, I probably shouldn't be thinking too hard about it. See how far we get. I might actually get all the way to the end, which I think is kind of limited of me doing that. And then when I do run out, I can probably assess the situation at that point. Maybe I should plant like the canola field first because I think I can plant. I think I can plant in October wheat. I think wheat I can plant in October, so I could do that. And that would be the big field across the river, which means I would just have to plant those two fields. Wheat I can plant in October, I think. Yes, I can plant wheat in October. Barley I cannot. Canola I can. Oh, barley I can as well. Well, all right. But definitely canola. Whoops, I went right past the canola. Let me put that on canola. Where are you, canola? There you are. See, it feels kind of weird. I bought a field that was just planted with barley, and that was kind of the thing. But to get my tillage score up in that field for next year, I'm going to have to direct drill it myself. So I'll get this all set. Let's park it up right here. And also, I don't think it's fully fertilized with precision farming. I don't think it's fully fertilized where it needs to be. Although it says nitrogen perfect. Why was there a spot here? Is there a spot in the field where there's nothing? I'm standing in a spot where nothing is growing. Did the AI miss a spot in planting? Look where I'm standing. Absolutely. There's no crop where I'm standing. I'm in the field, right? I mean, I am in the field. There we go. Now we can see that crop is growing. Or is it? Why is it not showing no crop here either? Barley. What does the map look like? Why is it so sketchy in this field? Tram lines. Oh, that's right. Because I can't, the crop is not growing yet. NPCs put tram lines in, so yeah, so when I drill the field with canola, it should be good. Yeah, this field here was canola, and that's going to be converted over, of course. But yeah, we did plant wheat here and canola and barley here. And overall, a score, what's our score doing? Up to 76. This score is going to be pretty good next year. It should be almost equal. I don't think it's going to be 99. But we should be up into like the low 90s by next year if I don't buy more fields after that. But we'll get that score. Why is that score 69? Oh, nitrogen. Didn't register the nitrogen in that field. That's what you get for activating precision farming in the middle of a farming season. It takes a whole year to get it kind of squared away. And I did it even worse. I got half the fields planted in the fall. But it is what it is. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. Like I said, I'm glad I'm getting this episode out today. Like I said, it's been a kind of a hectic, busy week for me. So I wasn't sure if I was going to get all 3 episodes of Pallegney recorded. And may not be as long as you may like, but we're getting jobs done and we're doing pretty well. Actually, yeah, let me just have a quick peek in case I need some money. Currently, bread, I got $17,000 worth of bread and $10,000 worth of canola oil. But yeah, I think at best, we'll wait until next month and do the grass if I have to. We'll keep the drill overnight. I'd rather keep the drill overnight and do it that way. Benny Hoozles. Appreciate you making it to the end of the video if you did so. You know where the thumbs up button is? Of course you do. You know where the thumbs down button is too, but I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you that because you probably already hit it if you wanted to. If you're new here, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney, but until then, have a good one.